All right, everyone, breaking news about the deep state. That's right, breaking news. This article just came out today, and it says the deep state has left paper trails as wide as an interstate, which will fall all over D.C., Washington, D.C., like radioactive ash. News of Trump's order to declassify all documents relating to the targeting of his presidential campaign by members of the Obama administration intelligence community has reverberated throughout Washington and beyond since Thursday night. The same Democrats who are demanding that Trump release his business records and tax returns because he may have broken the law are panicking over this directive. Representative Adam Schiff, googly eyes Adam Schiff, who has built his reputation on his hatred for Donald Trump, tells reporters it's un-American, and of course he's worried about revealing sources and methods. Yeah, he's worried about, the Democrats are worried, all right? They're worried that this witch hunt that they're on is going to be reported, and all the millions and millions of dollars they're spending is just wasted. For nearly 3 years, Democrats and the media have persecuted this president, yet they've never been able to point to a particular crime. They've called for his impeachment, yet offer no specifics. Up until now, general accusations have worked very well for them. The always colorful social critic and blogger James Howard Nustler reacted to Trump's declassification directive in his signature fashion. I don't know who James Howard Knustler, whoever he is, but he says, not long ago, few Americans of the thinking persuasion might have imagined that such a well-engineered republic with its exquisite checks and balances, sturdy institutions, and time-tested traditions would end up as so much smoldering goop in a national dumpster fire. But such is the sad state of the Union moving into the fateful summer of 2019. The castle of the permanent bureaucracy is about to be torched by an uprising of deplorable peasants led by a golden golem made furious by relentless litigation. It's Game of Thrones meets the Thermordian reaction with a Weimar-flavored cherry on top. Really one for the ages. The plot they concocted to get rid of him failed. And yes, it was a plot, even a coup. And they messed it up magnificently, leaving a paper trail as wide as Interstate 95. Now all that paper is about to fall over the District of Columbia like radioactive ash, turning many current and former denizens of rogue agencies into the walking dead as they embark on the dismal journey between the grand juries and the federal prisons. Hence the desperate rage of the impeachment fashion in direct proportion to their secret shameful knowledge that the entire Russiagate melodrama was, in fact, a seditious subterfuge between Hillary Clinton campaign and a great many key figures in government up to and including former President Barack Obama, who could not have failed to be clued in on all the action. Even before the declassification order, the true narrative of events have been plainly understood, that the U.S. intel community trafficked in fictitious malarkey supplied by Hillary Clinton to illegally meddle in the 2016 election. Didn't she illegally meddle in everything? Hillary Clinton, since the beginning of time, she illegally meddled in Watergate. She illegally meddled all through her time in Arkansas. Look at what she did there. She illegally meddled when she was wife of the president, of Bill. She illegally meddled when she was Secretary of State. Didn't she sell uranium to the Russians? And then they go and accuse Trump of working with the Russians and colluding with the Russians when Hillary Clinton actually did it. She sold uranium to the Russians. Isn't that Russian collusion? Why don't they go and break her down and her door down and take all her paperwork, and like they did that Trump's lawyer or whatever. Hillary's got, I'll tell you why. All right. Why does Hillary get a get out of jail card free and a pass on everything? They can't, oh, not to mention Haiti. They took billions of dollars with the Clinton Foundation to help Haiti, and they gave it about 5%. They kept 95% for themselves for administration costs. If you don't think that's a scam, then you don't deserve to vote. If you don't think that is a scam, you shouldn't vote in any election. You should recuse yourself from voting. Okay, so I'm getting off the subject. Why does Hillary Clinton get a get out of jail card free and get away with everything? And Bill too. Because they're in bed with the deep state. And they have been since Arkansas, since they were governor. They are in bed with the deep state, under the covers, doing every nasty thing you could think of. That's why she's untouchable. Bill and Hillary will never, ever be touched because they are controlled or part of the deep state. It's simple as that. Vote me wrong. Go ahead, put it in the comments. Do you think Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton should be prosecuted? I mean, look at Trump when he was running for president. He said he was going to put her in jail. But once he got the power, he's president now, right? She's not in jail. And you know why? Because he does not have power over the deep state. He doesn't have a chance. And that's the way it is. It's obvious, right? Put it in the comments what you think about Hillary Clinton. I really want to know. I really, really want to know what you think of Hillary Clinton and why she's not in jail right now with everything she's done. All the money in the Clinton Foundation that she's gotten from Saudi Arabia and Qatar and all these countries, and it's just go Google it yourself. All right, going back to the story, I once wrote that in the age of technology, it's almost impossible to get away with a crime. There are 100 ways to get caught, and even if you think of 98 of them, still the remaining one or two will trip you up. Somewhere in the paper trail that's as wide as Interstate 95 will be found the incontrovertible evidence of a crime. Thanks to the painstaking efforts of lawmakers such as Representative Devin Nunes, Senator Chuck Grassley, Judicial Watch founder Tom Fitton, and so many other conservatives, we already know most of the story. Declassification will allow us to fill in the blanks and hold people accountable. Senator Lindsey Graham, who has emerged as one of Trump's biggest supporters, spoke to Fox and Friends on Friday and said, "It's long overdue. You're going to find out the mentality of the people investigating the president. You're going to find out exactly what they did and said. You're going to find out that Papadopoulos was not working with the Russians, and the FBI knew early on that he had no contacts with the Russians. There'll be some transcripts coming out where he says, if you did that, that'd be treason." So the bottom line is there's going to be a lot of information about they were warned Steele was a bad guy and you can't trust him. They blew through every stop sign. Okay, so Lindsey Graham says he's going to get him, all right? But I'm telling you right now, a lot of these people are like ducks with water running right off their back. Nothing's going to stick. Why? Because a lot of these people were just following orders from the deep state, and the deep state will protect them. They're untouchable. I'm just telling you. If they didn't get Hillary Clinton, you think they're going to get these other? Well, they might find a scapegoat guy like Lee Harvey Oswald or Sirhan Sirhan. Those guys were patsies. And they might find, a couple of people that, okay, well, we got to do something. Somebody's got to take a fall here. So they'll find a couple of guys. Okay, well, you guys are going to jail for a while. You're taking the fall, and everybody, there's the bad guys. They'll go to the white-collar prison and play tennis for a couple years in prison. Then they'll get out with time served and That's what the really, really rich, powerful people do. They go to the prisons with the country club prisons that you play tennis in. Just like Martha Stewart went. All the really rich people, that's where they go. All right, back to the story. While this order should have come a long time ago, at least it's finally been done. The onslaught of all the new House Democratic investigations and the success of liberal judges to force Trump's compliance with congressional subpoenas added to the pressure. Finally, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi unhinged comments to reporters that the president is engaged in a cover-up. Minutes before an important meeting with him, forced his hand. Nancy Pelosi is a pharmaceutical nightmare. Have you ever looked at her face? She's on 15 different drugs. I mean, it's bad. How her heart even works anymore, I can't even believe it. I mean, she's on upper, she's on downer, she's had all kinds of Botox. Look at that face. Look at the way she speaks, and she eats Tide Pods, for God's sakes. Look at the memes out there. She actually eats Tide Pods. It's proven fact. The memes are real. The memes are real. Long live Keck. All right. Hail Keck. Okay, the Washington Examiner's Byron York spoke about an additional benefit of Trump's making this decision at this particular time. Yeah, he wants retribution. He wants revenge against the deep state. That's why he did it. All right, All right, he tweeted. This is Trump's tweet. Let's see if I can do Trump. Talking to plugged-in Republicans about Trump. I can't do Trump. Talking to plugged-in Republicans about Trump. Declassification order. They see giving AG Barr authority will speed the process. An added benefit, quick declassification should allow DOJ IG Horowitz to include more stuff in his upcoming report. All right, you can take that however you want it. Recently, Attorney General William Barr announced his appointment of U.S. Attorney John Durham to open an investigation into the origins of the Trump-Russia probe. DOJ IG Michael Horowitz has been examining the FBI's FISA court application and related activities since March of 2018, and his report is expected soon. And so they say that elusive man of mystery, Utah U.S. Attorney John Huber, began an investigation into Obama-era FBI DOJ abuses of power in March of 2018. The tide has most definitely turned. After the unending outrages of the last 3 years, this will be fun to watch. Well, they went after Trump for 3 years, relentlessly, everything they could do about his tax returns and on, and Russia, on and on. The left, the liberals did this. Oh, impeach, and tax. Oh, it was horrible. If you watch Saturday Night Live, they just relentlessly went after him. What about Nancy Pelosi? You know, she only makes, being Speaker of the House or Senator or whatever she is, she only makes $180,000 a year. She's worth many, many, many millions. Let's see her tax results. Why don't we see all the top Democratic tax papers, tax results, whatever that word is? Why don't we see their taxes? What? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, they've been taking bribes and from who knows what. All right, so after the unending outrages of the last 3 years, this will be fun to watch. Well, here's my prediction. Again, the deep state started all this. They will protect most of these people. There'll be a couple that'll probably go down. They'll go to the country club jail, and then maybe they'll leave Trump alone for the rest of his term and his next term. And yes, Trump is going to win the next election. There's no way Groper Joe Biden is going to beat Trump. The silent majority of this United States are going to come out and vote for Trump, just like they did last time. Even the deep state couldn't alter it. They couldn't do it. They tried. They tried to get Hillary in. They did everything they could, but they couldn't fraud their way enough to win because of the silent majority. So I'm talking to you out there, conservative silent majority, vote for Trump. And also, if you don't like Biden, okay, you don't like Trump, he's better than Biden. Biden's going backwards. You're going to go backwards if you go with Biden. And he is the creepiest guy I've ever seen. Go look at some of the memes about Joe Biden. Go look at some of the old videos of him. And then he puts a video out. Oh, I'm just a touchy-feely guy. No, you're not. You've got some kind of problem. So it's funny, even Saturday Night Live, the ultra left-wing liberals kind of pick on Joe Biden a little bit too, and I like that. I'll give them kudos for that. And the last Saturday Night Live, they actually went after Hillary Clinton too, which is pretty funny. Pretty funny. I like that. All right, so please subscribe. Please share this video. Please like it. And that's all I can ask. And don't forget, this is Memorial Day weekend. Let's remember all the heroes, men and women, that have given their lives for this country over the last 300 years or more. You can go even before the Revolutionary War. We've had people fighting for this country long before 1776. I want you to know that. A lot of people don't. People were fighting a long time for this country, and I'd like you to remember them. And my father was in World War II. My brother was in Vietnam. And I tell you what, we need to remember them. All right, so I am signing off. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care.